Good afternoon slash evening slash whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. And thanks for coming in and tuning in to a stream on a Monday evening from me. Um, Tell me, as always, tell me how it sounds. Actually, I'm more worried about how it sounds than how it looks because I get some weird some weird things are going on here in the office. So I have, if you guys saw my video that I did back like I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or so, on the 10-year-old Dream System that I built. Well, I kept it together, and I'm doing more testing on that system now, based on some feedback I got in that video. So that video is going to be coming up. But what I had to do in order to make that happen is I had to load a whole bunch of different programs and games and stuff onto that system, and it's got the noisiest hard drive I've ever heard in my life. It's a Western Digital Raptor. It's an old hard drive. And I've been told that maybe it's failing. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, I do remember those drives being particularly noisy. So I don't know, but right now I'm like downloading and loading on these programs, and all I hear out of my right ear is like this hard drive clicking. Like, it's terrible. So I've tried to adjust the audio situation here so that the levels are still good, but we don't hear that mess over there. But hopefully that video is worth it for you guys, because I'm actually kind of excited to do that and test out that system on some other games, some newer titles, and then we're gonna actually update that system with a new GPU and see if the 10-year-old $1,500 processor actually still holds up at all. My cats are also over there making some noise. Great. So we just got noise coming from all over the place. But anyway, what's up with you guys? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Oh my God. But what I wanted to do was, I actually, this afternoon, I got in a new really small shelving unit, because that's basically all that I could fit in my office now is like small shelving units, to try to organize some stuff. And as it turns out, even though I did try to put the shelf together and put as much stuff on there as I could and rearrange a little bit, I just had so much extra stuff that I was like, hey, let me just give some of this stuff away. And I'm hoping you guys are here for more than just the giveaway, but I know that it is obviously an incentive. And we're going to get into what I'm giving away shortly, I promise, because I don't plan on streaming for more than like an hour or so. But I wanted to just get to the comments a little bit. We'll do a little Q&A first. And if you guys have have you guys watched any of my previous live streams where I've given stuff away? The way I do this is I post links to Gleam in the video description, or in the chat, I'm sorry. And you can go then and enter those giveaways, and they only are open from now till like midnight. So the only real way that you can enter those giveaways is if you are watching the live stream. So I have, hold on, how many things am I giving away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. 6 things I'm giving away. And 2 of those things are the same thing. This is getting really stupid. I contacted Cooler Master and I said, hey, I'm going to be streaming tonight. Do you guys want to provide some stuff? Because I want to do some giveaways. And they said, absolutely, we do. So I got some stuff from Cooler Master, and we're going to get to that shortly. Okay, I've talked a lot. Hold on. Let me... all right. So what's up with you guys? Feel free to toss out any questions, anything you guys might want to chat about, and I'm gonna run through some comments and see what people want to discuss, and then we'll get into the giveaways after that. So let's see who's in here right now. Joseph Hillers, Stronk, Michael Segara, Bugs Lovers, PC Gaming Tech, Rodimus, Uncanny Media, Matthews Wilson, End Source Joey, what's up, buddy? Kevin Kern, Big Productions. What's going on, guys? I'm glad everybody is coming in here and hanging out. So people from all over the place. Hello from Colombia. Hello from Europe, Romania, New Hampshire. Not quite as exotic, I suppose. Michael Segarra says, I'm here to talk AIOs and what the future looks like for the DDR scene. So I mean, we could talk AIOs if you want. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know what you mean as far as the DDR scene. You want to talk about like prices and whatnot. I mean, because we tend to do that a lot, and at this point it's all speculation. But I mean, I don't have any insider information. So if there's anything specific that you want to talk about with those two things, then just ask. Uncanny Media says, what are you drinking tonight? I am drinking some white wine. It's called One from the Quiver, I believe. It is a very inexpensive white wine. My wife and I drink a lot of wine. We drink a lot of wine that tends to be not so cheap, but we also do like just regular wine, cheap wine, whatever. This is a nice white wine. It's very light, so it's, yeah, white wine. But yes, I'm drinking, and I have water over there too, in case things get out of hand. We have to hydrate. Okay. Let's see. What games do you play? So I don't really. So if I had to pick a genre of game, it's first-person shooters are my jam. They've always been my thing, and besides like when Quake and Unreal, like Unreal Tournament and whatnot, were really big back in the day. I played online then, and I was pretty competitive then, but I don't really play online. Like, I like a game with a good campaign because, I mean, I like to be able to jump into it, play it for 20 minutes or so, save my progress and then leave. I don't want to have to, compete with people who do this 24/7 and, play like ranked matches and whatnot. I just don't have the time to dedicate to that. So first-person shooters, I mean, but I don't really have anything that I've been putting any hours into at all recently. I started to play Destiny 2, which has like the intro is like a first-person shooter, and then it turns into like this giant role-playing galactic adventure, I suppose. And I just couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't really get into it. But yeah, like Doom from 2016 now was like my favorite game of the last 10 years probably, and I still play that, I guess, on occasion, but not really a lot, to be honest with you. Can you show one of your BPS t-shirts so I could see what I just ordered? I don't have any down here. I mean, I have I have it up in my bedroom. I don't want to run and leave you guys hanging and come back. Maybe I could share a picture on Twitter or something. But the t-shirts are nice. They're good material. With the logo, usually it's centered, I think. One thing that I will say is all the colors look nice, but the light gray actually contrasts or like kind of bleeds into the logo colors. So if you're gonna choose a color, I would stay away from the light gray. It's not like you can't see the logo, but it's just the most difficult. Kevin Kern. Where are you located? I live in Maryland. A whole bunch of other people saying hello. Okay, I got a couple questions. Is it international? So I'm not going to ship any of my stuff internationally, except I'm giving away some fans, and one of the fans giveaways is going to be international. And then also what Cooler Master is giving away is US and Canada. So that is international, I suppose, although not worldwide, still not just only US. Okay. What do you think about rumors with NVIDIA? So I don't know that we have enough information right now to formulate any concrete opinions until we really hear from them or see this program going into action. I assume you're talking about the GeForce Partner Program. And I mean, so Steve, Gamers Nexus did a video about this, I think last week, and they were, they expressed some concerns. But the problem is that we don't know all the details about everything yet, and we don't know what's final. We don't know if these documents that they're referencing and the quotes they got or whatnot are legit. We just don't know yet, and I like to try to hold my opinion until we know at least some concrete information. It would be unfortunate if that were to move forward as it was described. So we'll see. Good evening from Poland. Well, good evening from the United States. Thank you for being here. Geez, I'm missing a lot of, wow. It's a lot of comments. I don't know if I can go through all of these. All right, so I'm going to try to get to at least some of these. Okay, so yeah, more questions about the GeForce partner program. So I will definitely either talk about it on a live stream or make a video about it when more information becomes available and confirmed. Okay. People from the UK, what's going on? Starman7. John Hepworth, any thoughts on running Coffee Lake on non-Z370 motherboards? Why you can't? Well, no, don't do that. So I think you're talking about like the fact that some motherboards have been hacked. I mean, right now nothing is. I mean, there's no official release. The hacks are only for like i3s. Nothing is stable. This just don't even bother with that. Okay. Uncanny Media is currently buried in snow with 2 feet coming, so a little exotic right now. Oh yeah, true. We had that a couple years ago in Maryland. We had like crazy storms, and in the middle of March there was like 3 feet of snow on the ground or something, and all the plants that were coming up, just got annihilated by the snow, and then like we had a really weird like blooming season because everything just stopped. But that's why I own a snowblower now. Do you think GPU prices will ever come down? The question that I get every single time I live stream. The answer to that is, of course. Of course they will come down. I think the more important question is, when will they come down? And I unfortunately do not think that is going to be for a while. I think maybe the end of the year, if NVIDIA comes out with something decent. I mean, most of the releases are decent, but if they come out with something with decent stock, and now we have, additional GPUs on the market, and Pascal still obviously very relevant, I think that overall we'll probably see a decline towards the end of the year, but I don't think it'll be any sooner than that. Okay. Archery related wine. Yeah, I suppose. What do you think is better, an AIO with a 360 or a 280 radiator? Better? A 360. Wait for GTX 2060 or buy a 1060. Considering we do not know anything about any next generation NVIDIA cards, we do not even know if the 2060 will exist or when it's coming, buy a 1060 if you need a card. All right. Should I wait for the new Ryzen processors to release before purchasing? So I can't say how many times I've said this, and I wish that, I appreciate people contributing to the discourse. However, the questions that come in repeatedly, perhaps I'm going to start skipping over. But if you need a component now, buy it now. There's no point in, unless the next thing is coming next week, there's no point in speculating and waiting, because we don't know anything concrete about, I guess we do know some information because some stuff leaked about Ryzen, but the issue is there's always going to be something next. So you wait for the next gen Ryzen chip. As soon as that arrives, you're like, well, should I wait for the next gen Intel chip? Or, Ryzen 3 is coming next year. Should I wait for that? If you need something, buy it. That's my philosophy. Who's that girl with the dark hair behind you, bro? I don't know if you're talking to me or just trolling. Hey, BPS Customs, I am watching you on the monitor you sent me. Oh, hey, Cody. What's going on, man? I hope you like it, and I hope it's doing well for you. You know, like I said in my review, I wasn't a fan of it, but it was certainly an upgrade for a lot of people, so I hope you like it. Okay. Hey, Brian, how's it going? It is going pretty well. I'm gonna toss up the first giveaway link, and that is gonna be for, this is gonna be the international giveaway, and it's for the Igo Aurora C3 3-pack of RGB fans. This is I reviewed these in my RGB fan roundup part 2. And I really like them. They're really good fans. And this will be an international giveaway. So here is a Gleam link. And you guys know what to do with it. Go nuts. Okay, so that is one of several giveaways that will happen today. So stay tuned. And let me know if that link works or if there's a problem with it or something. Would it be smart to buy RAM now before the prices jump up? Are they scheduled to jump up? I'm not necessarily aware of that. They're certainly high now, and they're just trending higher. It's not like I don't expect any sudden spike in prices. Like, I definitely expect the trend to keep going, at least for now. Like, I posted a picture on Twitter of a screen cap. I don't have any G-Skill FlareX. And I wanted a set because I need it. I'm doing something with some, Ryzen processors. And I went to buy a kit of 2x8 kit, 3200 speed, and it was like, I don't remember the exact price. It was like $260. And I was like, there's no way I'm spending this much money on memory. And I mean, I guess that's just the trend, and some kits are more expensive than others, but I mean, I guess that kit is in demand, but that's just ludicrous. So I don't know that it's gonna spike, but it's certainly not coming down anytime soon. What is your favorite case at the moment? So like my favorite new case, I think you mean. I actually just rebuilt my my personal rig in the H500P mesh white. I didn't do it for any particular reason. I just I get bored real easy, and I like to change things up. And I had the NZXT H700i for a while, and I wanted to change up the position of the AIO, and a couple other things, but mostly the system's just the same. And I just transferred all the parts over. The wiring here is actually a little bit easier, like the cable management in this case is a little bit better. So that's what I have now. But I don't know that I would say that it's my favorite case. I like it a lot. I like the original a lot, and I stand by my review of the original. But this case is just better in several different ways. So it is definitely one of my favorites right now. I don't know. I deal with so many different cases that it's hard to pick a particular favorite. The Fractal Define R6 is definitely got to be up there. That case is awesome. But I don't know. I don't like to pick favorites. Yeah, I do, but not in this case. I think the Define R6, the Mesh White H500P, the Dark Base 700 from Be Quiet. Those are all really good. Do you ever review high performance music production systems? That's kind of a random question. No, I don't. I don't know that my audience would want me to either. Okay. None of the links are working. Page does not exist. Okay, so the links are not working. Give me 1 second and I will try to fix that. Okay. So try that link. Maybe maybe I just copied and pasted it wrong. I don't know. Yeah, the link looks a little different. The new ones worked. Okay, good. Sorry guys. If that happens with the other links that I'm going to post, because there's more giveaways, I will go and correct them. So just let me know. All right, I gotta scroll all the way back up. Jeez. Okay. Hello from the outskirts of Nashville. I will be in Nashville next week. Actually, my wife and I are gonna head down there for a couple days and check out what all the hype is about, because we've heard really good things about Nashville. So Judas 368. Let me know if you've ever been to a place called The Stage, because I think we plan on going there, and we've heard some awesome things about it, like, you know, live music and that whole scene. It's supposed to be really good. All right. When using a micro ATX board, is it good to use fan extenders to add more fans to my case? If so, can you give me a reliable brand? You're talking about like PWM splitters? That's fine on any motherboard, and I use them all the time, so that I don't have to run 6 or 7 different fan headers back to the motherboard. I just use, you know, I split off of one PWM on the top usually, and then one on the side, and then I take care of everything back behind there. They're perfectly fine. There's no brand I recommend. Go on Newegg. They're like $2 or $3. But if you want a reputable brand, I think Silverstone makes them. But literally, they're all the same. Just make sure you get one that has like black sleeving over the cable, so you're not like just running, you know, yellow wiring everywhere. Okay. Do you prefer water cooled or air cooled? Oh, well, so do you mean an AIO or like just a tower cooler, or are you talking custom loop? Because if you, I actually had thought about making a video on this. So my preference recently has actually been leaning back towards not doing full custom water cooling for my main system, for one reason. It's not performance or anything like that. It's the fact that I swap things out of the system constantly, and to have to deal with having a full custom loop in there is very difficult, and I've decided that I can't do that with my main system all the time. However, as a huge fan of custom water cooling and somebody who has been doing it for a while, I still plan on doing systems with custom water cooling. Like I have a system that's coming up that N-Sourced Joey has just provided me some cables for, which look amazing. And that system is going to be a beastly all AMD rig. So, and I was actually thinking about keeping that on as my daily driver for at least a little while to see how it performs in the tasks that I, you know, do regularly. But we'll see when that's all done. But generally, I think I shy away from water cooling from my personal rig, but I understand people that do it because it just looks awesome, and the performance aspect of it is obviously is pretty obvious. Like I had obviously pretty obvious. When I had my full custom loop on the Dark Crystal build I built last year, and I did live testing on it, and load temps were in the low 40s for all components. That's amazing. You don't get that with anything else. But I have an AIO on my 7900X right now. I think that chip just is too much of a heat producer to rely on an air cooler. But I have nothing against either one. I think preference-wise, I prefer an AIO, but I like a good air cooler. I mean, I just built my February's monthly build had an air cooler, like that cool like flying saucer thing. Man, I talk way too long on single questions. Okay. I ordered some supplies today to start making custom cables. I will probably reach out on Twitter when I can make a set for you so we can discuss colors. Oh, neat. Sure. I mean, so I actually was talking to somebody else today too about this. I have, you know, I work a lot with N-Sourced, and Cable Mod also was a sponsor for my CES coverage. So I have cable companies that I work with, but I'm always open to check out new people, new work, people's work from new companies, whatever. And if nothing else, I'll showcase it on Twitter, and if it's good quality, then I definitely love to use it. What do you think of the new SSD coming out that is 30 terabytes? I think that's pretty effing big. I don't think that that's anything that you're going to be able to buy anytime soon for any reasonable price. Okay. Do you have a cold? No. I guess I'm a little congested. I don't have a cold. I feel great, actually. Okay. I'm debating making a dedicated stream PC with a Ryzen 2400G to save money. Think I could stream with a CPU preset at medium? I wouldn't bet on it. I've reached the point where everybody's telling me that the links don't work. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Well, why don't we do the next giveaway then? You know what? I'm just going to go here instead. Okay, so the next giveaway is going to be for another 3 fans, but they're not going to be all the same fan. Sorry about that. It's going to be the Ragen Tech Aura 12s. This is a 2-pack, and then the Reven Kirin RGB fan. This is a single. So you still get 3 fans. They're not all the same. I tried to make it so that every person who won a giveaway of fans got 3 fans. So that's going to be hopefully this link right here. So go ahead and enter that and let me know. Same thing. Let me know if it does or does not work. Okay. Jeez, I have way too many comments. All right. Well, all right. So let me know if that does or doesn't work, or if there's a problem or something like that. Okay, the stage is fun. Also, Robert's Western World. I guess that's World. Robert's Western World is right next door. Okay, great. I'll check both of those places out. We're just gonna go for like 3 days down to Nashville and I don't know, go see some music-y things. I think we're gonna go to like the Jack Daniels factory is there, right? The distillery? I think it is. My wife has all the details of what we're doing. What did you think of Linus and his Dyson? I think his video was the best of all of them. And I have nothing... The fact that our subscriber feed, my subscriber feed, was full of these vacuum videos for a day, it's a little weird. I don't really care. I'm not against sponsored content. I have some sponsored content that's lined up. As long as it's done right and you know that it's sponsored, I don't care. And I think his was the best because it actually provided some value there. Everybody got to see like all his new studio stuff, which if you're not a Floatplane member, you probably haven't seen any of that. So that was cool. It was kind of a goof video. It was fine. I have no problem with it. Good afternoon from Idaho. Well, good afternoon from or good night from Maryland, I suppose. Question: have you ever seen any PC builds with custom lighting like EL wire or panels? Looking to customize but not sure what to get. So yes, they're rare. You have to, no companies are really selling those, except Case Labs is selling a lit panel. Cooler Master, I thought they had a lit panel for their Master Case series. I'm not entirely sure, but it's very rare. And most of the time when you see that kind of stuff, it's because a modder has, installed that himself. So, I've seen it, but it's not really mainstream. Brian, what make model of fan daisy chains off each other? I have like 20 Thermaltake premium ring fans in my rig, and I'm tired. So all the Inwind fans daisy chain. The Inwind Auroras and the Polaris, they daisy chain. NZXT's fans daisy chain, but only for the RGB signal. They don't daisy chain for the PWM signal. So, or maybe I have that reversed. So, I think I'm right on that. But in any event, NZXTs, but you also do have to run a separate cable. So the only ones that don't, you only need the one cable and it daisy chains is Inwind that I know of. There's got to be more out there that I'm just not thinking about right now. But the Inwind fans are actually really good. Like the Polaris fans, they make them in like a clear plastic and also an aluminum, which is like super premium feel. So if you're looking for that, I would look into Inwind. Honest Jay says it's 3:25 a.m. here. Oh man, you are dedicated. Thank you. Rodrick says love your vids. Well, I love your face. Should new servers use AMD or Intel Threadripper or i9 or end of message? New servers should use Xeons, I would imagine, or Epic, something that's not a consumer product. It's supposed to be for enterprise use. Okay. I have a GTX 970 and want to upgrade, but times being what they are, how would a GTX 1063 gigabyte work as an upgrade? Not really. It's not worth it. Should I sell my PC to build another one or wait and save up? I just want to do it for fun. Well, then that's not anything that I could tell you. If it's just for recreation, then you choose what is entertaining for you. All right, let's see. Let me see if these giveaway links seem to work. It worked. It worked. Excellent. Everybody says it worked. Okay. Are custom cables a necessity? No, of course not. No, power supplies come with regular cables. If you don't need to do that. A lot of them are coming with all black cables now, so they look fine. Custom cables are just, to make everything look pretty. Okay. Did I get a box from Logitech? I did not get a box from Logitech. Was I supposed to have gotten a box from Logitech? Okay. Well, Michael Carter says, "What's up, Brian?" and sent me $2. Thanks, Michael. Really appreciate it. Any donations you guys want to send, you don't have to, but I mean, it makes it a lot easier to see your comments, and obviously, very much appreciated. Okay. Did you ever get the T2 Road Warrior from Corsair? Or did Justin bitch out and hold yours? I never got a T2 Road Warrior. That, I don't recognize your name. Do I know you, Sean? I don't know how you know Justin. But no, I never got a Road Warrior from them. Is the CryoRig A40 AAO a good AAO cooler, or is there a better one out there? I've not tested it, so I don't comment on things that I haven't tested. Sorry. Which state are you? I'm in Maryland. I am about three and a half hours from New York City. What do you think of LED wires? I don't know that I have an opinion of LED wires. I like my LEDs to be not to be something that I could. I actually prefer not to use like strips and stuff. I actually like to have my lighting coming from like my case fans if possible. That way there's nothing extra to run, and for the most part case fans are bright enough where that's not an issue. All right, let me toss another giveaway link. How about that? What are we gonna do next? So we did that. We're gonna do this now. Okay. Okay. So the next giveaway is for another 3-pack of fans. 3-pack of RGB ID cooling SF120 25 RG. Yeah, whatever. It's a 3-pack of RGB fans. Again, I promise the next things that I'm giving away are not RGB fans, and they are significantly higher value. But this is US only. Sorry, US only on this giveaway for the ID fans, and link is now posted. What to do about slight fin bends in AIOs? That's interesting. Don't worry about it. If you have a couple of dented fins, that's not an issue. The only thing that you worry about is if the you've somehow punctured the tubes that run inside the fins. But if you've bent a fin, it's not an issue at all. All right. A couple of retracted messages here. I wonder what they said. Can I tweet you my PC upgrade plan to get your view on it? No. That is one thing that I do not do, is I can't comment on system builds or parts lists and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to. I get asked that question a lot. People tweet at me that check out my PC part licker. Wow. Live streams. Part picker list. I also get emails with that kind of stuff, and if I dedicated my time to evaluating everybody's system build, it would literally take up my whole day. So unfortunately, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Good luck with your build. All right. Hi, Brian. Hi, Brandon. I've got an EVGA 1080 Ti for the Win 3. It's loud. What are your opinions on using liquid metal on the die? I don't think that that's going to solve your loud issue, if that's what your goal is. I mean, the loudness is coming from your fans. It's not coming from anything else, and the heat transfer improvement between the die and the cold plate is not going to improve how loud the fans are. I don't know why they'd be loud. Those cards generally are. I mean, there's a really beefy heat sink on there. Usually that's enough to dissipate a lot of the heat, unless you're just running full bore all the time. But that's, liquid metal is not going to help that problem. What do you do for mass storage? My little 5-bay Thecus NAS is full, and I'm looking for something with a little more power, maybe 10 gigabytes. So right now for mass storage, I have 8 terabytes of spinning disks in here, and I have well, that's basically where I store all my video files. So that's probably what you're getting at. I've looked into the possibility of adding some network storage, specifically to store all my YouTube files, because everything is shot in 4K, and those files really get big, and I don't want to run out of room, clearly, but for now the 8 terabytes is enough. And I think maybe sooner rather than later I'll probably get some network storage, but I haven't looked into it enough to figure out what exactly I want to do. If I just want to build something myself or buy like a separate box, I'm not sure. So I'm not the person to ask about that. I wish YouTube had ad bits like Twitch. What is ad bits? Is that like a way to donate or something like that? I don't really know. The only thing I watch on Twitch is the WAN show on occasion, and because Awesome Hardware is broadcast on YouTube. So I mean, occasionally I watch some other things on Twitch, very rarely, but I'm not a huge Twitch person, despite the fact that I wore a Twitch hoodie in my last video. I have a 2-year-old gaming PC from Digital Storm. Want to add more RAM. Should I consider upgrading the motherboard to something more current? PC has given no issues over the years. No, I mean, if your motherboard is current gen, if your motherboard if it's 2-year-old PC, you should have DDR4, and there's no reason to upgrade. There shouldn't be any real reason to upgrade if all you want to do is add RAM. Just stick the RAM in. Just stick it in. All right. If I want to take my PC build to LAN parties on occasion, will a mid ATX case be too much to hassle? I don't know. How strong are you? I wouldn't take a mid tower to a LAN party. That's why, I mean, there are cases, like I think was it Antec that made the LAN boy, that there are cases that are specifically made for being portable. Corsair has that case with the handle on the top. The February's monthly build from Cooler Master, that the Q300L. I always get confused between the L and the P, but has handles on top. It's made to be portable. It's made to be carried around. Those kinds of cases are really for LANs. I wouldn't. Mid towers are pretty big and pretty heavy. Like this case right here, with everything in it, probably weighs 50 pounds. Like I don't want to be carrying that around a giant haul. So I mean, if you can avoid it, get a smaller case. Does connecting your mouse and keyboard to the USB pass-through on monitor increase input lag? Interesting. I don't know. I don't have a scientific answer for that. My initial inclination is to say no, but it's certainly possible because you're adding. You could be adding latency by adding more connections, because obviously then the monitor's got to go to the PC, and then from the PC, you know, in through, I guess, your display port, and then that has to go back to the USB bus. So I don't know. That's an interesting question. Have you experienced it? If you've experienced latency increases, then I'd be really curious to see that. Sean says he just reviewed those fans. I assume you mean the ID cooling fans. Yeah, they're not great. They're not my favorite fans. But same thing with the monitor that I gave away. I mean, they're probably an upgrade for people. So you know, and I have no need for them, so I'm giving them away. All right. Yeah, people upset that it's only US. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys understand how much shipping is to non-US countries from the United States. I just sent, so Stefan Antmar is in here. He just commented. He won my Zotac, the MI553. Hold on. This is the box. This is the box for the Zotac MI553. It costs $200 to ship that to Italy. I just can't incur that cost for shipping a, you know, $30 box of fans. So, sorry guys. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand. Okay. Scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend the Coolmaster 500 mesh for next PC build? I highly recommend that case. Airflow is good. It looks really... I like white cases, so I like the way it looks. A couple quirks with it, but like there's no specific place to route your PCIe cables. I actually had to route them in through that little, like, there's like a metal panel along the back wall, so there's no grommet like straight down or something like a lot of cases have. But I highly recommend this case. What's up, BPS? What's up, Dan Arendt? What's up, Dan? Corrupt CFW, you're now my favorite YouTuber. My dad works in Maryland. Is that why I'm your favorite YouTuber, because your dad works in Maryland? Or am I your favorite YouTuber for other reasons? Okay. Sorry, the chat just went nuts. Hold on. Okay. Oh, Sean says we were talking before. I'm the lead reviewer for legit reviews. Okay, that's how I know Justin. Gotcha. I'm bummed and giving him a hard time because I need to see. You like the Noble Chairs icon. I like that chair. I liked all the chairs that I just reviewed in the video that went up today. Clearly, I'm still sitting in the DX Racer because it's the most comfortable for me. It might not be the most comfortable for everybody because the cushion is a little softer than the others. But the Noble Chairs has super premium build quality materials, like way higher than I was expecting. Even though when they told me that they were sending me the chair, they're like, this is the deal with this chair, it's super high quality. And I was like, yeah, everybody says that. And I got it. I'm like, yeah, that's the real deal. So the Noble Chairs is really nice. I got the icon. It was really nice. But it was not the most comfortable for my butt. So take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. Okay, get a Synology. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, that might happen. Okay. Yeah, bits are currency on Twitch. Yeah, I figured something like that. asking about worldwide giveaways. The first one that I posted was worldwide. The others are not. The next ones coming up from they're going to be the Cooler Master giveaways, and they are U.S. and Canada. Okay. Performance PC sells handles you can mod into any case. Interesting. But you still probably don't want to be carrying around a 50-pound case if you could avoid it, right? I had to carry my N through Elite with 2 loops in it and a full down 2 flights of stairs into my car by myself. That was, yeah. Sometimes, occasionally, if I have a system, I got to carry it around here. But luckily, it's usually just like between here and like the other room, so it's not a huge deal. But those things, these get real heavy and real awkward depending on how large and what kind of shape the case is and where you can or can't grab it. Manny Sanchez, what camera are you using right now? Do you have autofocus problems with your GH5? So right now, whenever you see this angle of me, so live streams and also like the show me your rig videos, I use my Lumix G7 because it's a smaller body, and this is kind of a, I mean, I can't really show you, but it's kind of a tight space how I have the camera kind of wedged in between my monitor and my PC right now, and just to get this angle on my face. So smaller is better. Also, I have my GH5 on a big tripod and video head, so I just try to kind of leave that if I can. And the G7 sits on my shelf right up there, unless I'm streaming. So anyway, G7 right now, and autofocus problems with my GH5. I don't really use autofocus with the GH5, so no, I guess would be the answer. But all my shots are manual focus. When I'm doing run and gun stuff, so okay, how about this? When I was at CES, I was doing lots of run and gun shots. I was using this lens that I'm shooting on right now on the GH5, and I did use autofocus quite a bit and had no issues. But I'm on firmware 2.0, and that was supposed to have fixed a lot of those issues. So I haven't any problems. I don't use it a lot, so maybe if it was something I was using all the time, like I was vlogging or something, I might notice a bigger difference. I like talking camera stuff, actually. I was a little disappointed that any videos that I've done on the channel with camera gear haven't really performed that well. I guess the audience isn't really into camera gear, and that's certainly fine. You have that every right to be or not to be into camera gear, but I like talking about it. So thanks for the question. Thanks for the stream and giveaway. You're welcome. Why don't we do the second to last giveaway, which is going to be the giveaway that's being sponsored by Cooler Master. And I definitely want to say thanks to those guys. I reached out literally this afternoon and I said, hey, why don't you give some stuff away to my audience? And they said, absolutely. So what we're actually going to do, the giveaway is US and Canada, and they're giving away 2 of these. These are the Master Set MS 120s. So this is a keyboard and mouse combo. I reviewed this. This is my review sample, and it had a few issues because it was like pre-production model. They've ironed out those issues for the most part on the production units, from what I've heard from multiple people, and it's like the mechanical switches, so they're they have the mechanical feel, but they are membrane. Anyway, it's a good product, and Cooler Master is awesome for jumping in and being a part of this giveaway. Your whoever the 2 winners are, you'll get your product shipped directly from Cooler Master. So it won't come from me, it'll come from them. And here's the link. I think that, again, should work. So let me know if it doesn't. But yeah, Cooler Master, good guys over there. Thanks a lot for jumping in and being a part of this. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So sorry, I'm trying to get as many comments read as I can, but there are just way too many. Um, I'm just at the point now where people are talking about how much is this to how when I was talking about shipping, international shipping. So yeah, $200. Yeah. Greg says, just want to say, love your channel, love these live streams, and thanks for the giveaways. You are very welcome, Greg. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Inwin D-Frame Mini, thoughts? I have a lot of thoughts on that case. Actually, I was seriously considering doing a project in one of them and did not for reasons, I guess. But I actually really like that case. I like the D-frame. I like the big D-frame, and I thought that it would be pretty cool to do a miniaturized build in that with a comparable style. So I actually do really like it. There are some issues inherent with those kinds of chassis, those really showy, like showpiece kind of chassis, and that a lot of times involves dust and maintenance and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But I actually do really like it. Jonathan Crutcher says, should I get a 1080 Ti from eBay when mining becomes dead? Or should I wait for the next gen NVIDIA cards? I mean, when is mining going to become dead? That's not... I had a fairly lengthy conversation with a rep from Power Color, actually, at CES about this very topic. And, like, blockchain technology and mining, people working on the blockchain for whatever the reason might be, I think is something that applies to not only currency, but other things too. Like Ethereum is not, it doesn't have the same, when you're mining Ethereum, you're not doing the same thing as when you're mining Bitcoin. So, Ethereum actually has an entire an alliance behind it of companies that are using the technology in everyday business. For that reason, I don't think mining is going to go away. Like, I think that's here to stay. So if you're waiting for things to crash because mining is becoming dead, I think you might be waiting a long time. All right. Michael Carter, another $2. Opinions. I just spit on my keyboard. And opinions of Galax Hall of Fame 980 in a new build. Still a good card. A 980 will compare to a 1060. And, I mean, the Galax version is going to be overclocked with a really good cooler on it. The Hall of Fame version, certainly. And it's all white. I hope you're making, like, a white build or something. But, I mean, you're going to get 1060 levels of performance. So, still really relevant. Absolutely. Crazy 316, what's up, Brian? Thanks again for showing Red Blaze on last week's Show Me a Rig episode. You're welcome. Did you see Red Blaze version 2? I did see it. It looked really good. It looked a lot better. Well done. Michael Segarra says, what are your thoughts on Newegg's fiasco? You're yelling at me here with all the caps. Newegg's fiasco handing over purchase information to the IRS. Jason sent an opinion piece on it. Was wondering your thoughts. My thoughts are, I sure as hell hope that that doesn't happen in Maryland, because I would owe them a lot of money. So I think that I don't know what opinion I could have besides the fact that you're legally bound. You owe that tax legally to the government. That's the law. So whether or not Newegg was complicit or, turned the information over too easily or not, legally, that is tax that is owed. So I think it's almost irrelevant how that tax comes to be collected. We're kind of been living in a world where, if you're buying online is as popular as it is, partly because you don't get charged tax. So if companies now start having to charge tax, perhaps people will start looking local. I'm not sure, but I don't know what other opinion I could have besides it's unfortunate that, you're getting hit with it all at once. But I mean, it's kind of like the government already has all these records on stuff like that. They were just asking for, I think the information I had was they knew the people who purchased things. They didn't know the amounts, I think. and I certainly could be wrong about that. But it's almost like at that point, what's New Egg gonna do? So, and it's legal tax that is owed, unfortunately. So, I think that you just kind of got to suck it up and owe it. And I hope they don't come after me. Another question: what would be a good dedicated streaming PC that wouldn't be outrageously expensive? That is a complicated and very long question to answer with way too many variables. Hey Brian, trying to pick parts for a Ryzen build, thinking of a Ryzen 5 2400G. Should I wait for new motherboard coming later this year or just get a B350 board? The B350 boards are fine. I've actually had a lot more success overclocking a 2400G in an X370 board due to better power delivery. But the B350 boards are just fine, and the next generation, the X470 boards, are going to be more geared towards like Ryzen 2, like the higher end, the 2700 or whatever, the 2700X. Nina D Vape. I like your mic boom stand. It's a bit expensive. I tried newer, but that couldn't hold my mic too heavy. Yeah. So the Heil, I don't know, Heil. This is a really good mic stand, and I really like the fact that the springs are inside the arm, so there's no, I don't have to worry about catching the springs on anything. And then I have this added on too. This is quite the contraption, quite the setup here. And it does hold very steady, so that this arm is no joke. But you probably saw that like in a video that I had done, and thanks for looking at it, I guess. But I understand it is a little expensive. I have a mysterious 1 pixel dot in your eyeball. I do. Interesting. Okay, Jamaican Mafia. I am from Jamaica. Before moving to USA, I used to pay the same price I bought my GTX 1060 for to get the card shipped to Jamaica. It's like, yeah, the shipping is just crazy, even if it's that short of a trip. I was wondering, if someone wins a US-only giveaway but lives in another country, is it possible for you to ship him to a local US address instead? That's interesting. Yes, I have no problem with that. It's not the fact that you live in another country and don't want to give you the item. It's the fact that I would have to ship it to you, and that costs way too much money. If there's a shipping address associated with the account that wins the whatever giveaway it is, and it is in the United States, I don't care where it goes after that. All right, so it's 6:28. I've been streaming for like an hour. I want to give you guys, or I want to show you guys, the Big Daddy giveaway here. I don't know if you guys knew that I was doing a big giveaway, fairly big anyway. But that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do the majority of my giveaways on this live stream, on a live stream, just so that the people who are actually involved in my channel are the ones who are winning. So anyway, hold on. I'm gonna give away the EK MLC Phoenix system that I got from EK. So it's this is the, you'll get the Threadripper block, you'll get the mainstream Intel AMD block. So this is basically everything except Threadripper. Oh god, these things are big. And you get the 360 millimeter radiator core module, and with all the quick disconnects. So I tested it, I reviewed it on my channel. Excellent system. Be careful when you're installing it. The tubes do tend to kink. I used it for a little while in my system. When I rebuilt the system yesterday, actually, I decided to just use a different AIO for no particular reason, because I'm crazy sometimes. And I had the EK system sitting on my floor. Hadn't yet been put away, and I'm like, I'm going to give this to somebody who's going to use it. It's an expensive rig, and it's really high performer, and somebody can definitely make use of it. So the EK Phoenix, MLC Phoenix giveaway is live right now. And I only have one of those, and that is US only. All right. So, and something that's, I mean, I'm sure you guys are probably aware of, that's not a cheap system either. When I was surprised how much that was. All right. So, any other last minute questions before I get on out of here? Those giveaways will be live until midnight tonight. So, anybody watching the stream now or watching it, I suppose, you know, later this afternoon, later this evening, and has access to the chat, because I think the chat now, you could do replays of the chat. Those giveaways will be live until midnight Eastern, March 12th, 2018. Okay. Travis Peacock, I have to ask, have you had any more experience with the Inwin Polaris fans? I'm just curious. I want to put like 7 of them in. They're really good fans. When I tested them, I was really impressed with how good they were. I was not expecting them to be that high quality. Just the way they look is a little like the clear plastic ones. I don't really like that look all that much. But they ended up with the RGB implementation on. They look really good, and they perform really good, and they're very quiet. And then the aluminum versions are even like they're like super premium fans, so I recommend them. Okay. Uncanny Media heading out. Take care. Bugs Lover PC Gaming Tech. Really nice of you, Brian. You're welcome. Hold on. I think yep. I just backed out of my my streaming here. Okay. After watching your favorite RGB fan videos, what fan would you recommend, expensive or cheap? For what? Do you want airflow? Do you want static pressure? Do you want the best RGB? There's a lot of different things that make up a best fan. So I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for exactly. Can you link the first and second giveaways? I didn't get a chance to enter because I'm in school. Just scroll up in the chat, man. They're all at the top. My Asus GTX 1070 Ti is running at 85 degrees Celsius under full load. Is that safe? That's a little high, but I mean, it's still within thermal limits. I assume you're overclocked. It should not be running that high normally. Recommend high-end power supply. Any high-end PSU at this point is likely going to be rated gold or better. I think if you're going for like 1,000 watts plus, you probably want platinum or titanium. So in that case, you're looking at like Cooler Master's V series, like the V1000, V1200, Corsair's H series, like the HX1000, or A series, like the AX1600. And Silverstone makes some, I believe. Seasonic, I'm sorry, makes some really good ones too. FSP makes some really good platinum rated power supplies. Any of them that you get that are up that high should have a fairly good 80 plus rating. So if you're looking high end, don't buy the cheapo 1000 watt power supply. That's a nightmare. That's a recipe for disaster. How do you enter a giveaway? With all those links I sent you. All right. So I guess that's probably it. I don't really have anything else to say. So guys, go into those giveaways. The drawings will be, or the giveaways will enter. Wow. The giveaways will end at midnight tonight. I'll draw the winners and announce them on Twitter and or send you an email. Once I do, you're going to have 24 hours to respond. If I don't hear from you in 24 hours, I will redraw them. No exceptions. And that's about it. Giveaway. People are asking about giveaways. Just scroll up, man. All the links are here. I linked to all the giveaways. The Cooler Master giveaway is a double giveaway. There's 2 of those. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other single giveaways. So go scroll up in the chat. and you'll be able to link to all those. Is YouTube still being a turd about demonetizing your videos? So every time I talk about demonetization in a video, I'm scared that that they're gonna start up again, because for the last 3 weeks, maybe a month, they have not. They've been good about it. So maybe we're turning a corner here. So I think that's it. I think we're good. Thanks, guy. Hold on. Okay. So thanks, guys, for coming and tuning in and chatting and asking me questions. Appreciate all you guys hanging out, and that's it. Have a good evening. Good luck in the giveaways, and see you next time.